Okay, today I'm working on Damon's motor, and we're putting the valve train together. And this is pretty much about as stock as a motor that I do build here. It's got a flat tappet cam with flat tappet lifters, obviously, and stock rockers with real light valve springs pressures. This intended use of this motor is literally stock boost, stock turbo, all stock. This motor has 3 lengths of push rods in it. So the question would be, why do we have 3 different lengths of push rods in this motor? Well, you don't have an adjustable valve train, so what you have is a push rod checker, and you measure this. One turn is 50 thousandths, and this will tell you what your base push rod length is, which this one would be 8/635, and then you add your preload to it. So your preload would be at least 25, ideally not more than 35 to 40. So I took my box of GM push rods. As you can see, there's a lot, and I started measuring, and GM liked this number quite a lot, but they also had 1, 2, 3 different lengths that I found. So I got this bad boy as close as I can get it to perfect. I wouldn't take any less than 25, but I certainly would take over 40, just depending on the situation. I've seen them with more than 40 thousandths of preload over the years. Not a big deal. And your valve stem heights are not all the same either, so you have a variance there, but hopefully they're not much more than 10 thousandths off. So you could have the same push rod in the motor, and if you had one of them right on the edge and the valve stem height was a little bit shorter, it would be loose. Or it wouldn't be loose, but it would be not within minimum spec. Too loose a lash, valve lash, which would be if the rocker moves and the push rod doesn't. But see, here I have no valve lash at all. But if you don't have enough valve lash and you have play here, you're going to break stuff. If you don't have minimum valve lash and you still don't have any play, but it's still not enough, it can be noisy when it gets hot because everything spans. If you have too much valve lash, you'll have too much preload, and in an extreme case, you'll hold the valve open, you won't have any compression. Or you'll just have something that's a little bit longer than it should be. It's less than ideal. The motor won't run as good as its potential. The last variable with adjusting push rod length on a non-adjustable valve train is your push rod cups. This lifter on the left is a genuine GM push rod out of a 50,000 mile motor. This is a brand new aftermarket one, also with a stellite foot, just like GM had. The only ones I would ever use. See, stellite foot. But the depth of the cup is different. The GM lifter is shallower. The aftermarket lifter is deeper. So you can play without those around too if you care to. So there's a lot of ways to skin this cat. At the end of the day, what matters is you get your push rod length and your preload somewhere between, I wouldn't take any less than 25, and I would like to see 35 to 40 max in a perfect world. If you do that, you'll have a quiet running engine, as quiet as these will be, and you won't have any extra drag on it, and it should run a long time.